So you just talked about losing taste or smell. You talked about not being able to go out and be social. And one of the first things you talked about were people dying, right? We see the numbers with people dying. Can you tell us how COVID affects the body? Because I think people, they have appropriately said what COVID can do. What else can it do that people may not be aware of?
Sure. So I mean, obviously, it is a virus that can be transmitted through the air, but it gets into your body because of a receptor that it binds to called ACE, and that same receptor that is found in your nasal passage airways is also found in your heart. It's also found in your kidneys. It's also found in your GI tract. It's also found in your liver. And so what we find is that besides the horrific pulmonary infection that people endure that can result in a severe pneumonia, your lungs filling up with blood, and multi-organ failure just from the impact of COVID directly on your lungs, it can also have a significant impact in terms of your heart. We've seen both in adults and often actually in very young people a horrible what we kind of COVID myocarditis, or an inflammatory process in the heart as a result of COVID attacking that receptor in the heart. We've also seen it have a similar impact in terms of people having really bad kidney function. And then finally, I'm a gastroenterologist and a liver doctor, or GI and a liver doctor, and we've seen COVID cause a number of symptoms and issues in the GI tract, as well as really bad inflammation of the liver as well. And so it's a unique virus in that it does such a good job of being very easily transmitted, but the receptor in your body that it binds to do its damage is found in so many places. It can also cause clots because of the impact it has just within the actual vessels in your body. And so it really is an exquisite predator for us. And so I think people think about the pulmonary stuff, but the impact goes beyond that. And very quickly, Alvin, you touched on something that people we're actually beginning to study more now, which is long COVID. Because you think about the fact that it has this sort of impact on your sort of neurological symptom, right, taste and smell, but affecting all those organs, there's this sort of new condition called long COVID that we're beginning to study to understand long-term what happens to you, particularly in light of the fact that we know it has such a dramatic impact on so many organs in your body.
Do you think most young people know that?
Absolutely not.
Say more about that. Tell us. And that's why one of the questions I asked you earlier is like, where do you go to get your information? You talked about the World Health Organization. Everybody doesn't know that. So, like, why? I was laughing at your face because you were like, absolutely not. What do you feel they know? And just tell us, was it just lungs? Was it just loss of your face is making me laugh.
Really, like, all that we really like hear about, especially like that's posted, is just like respiratory, like can't breathe, loss of like shortness of breath, can't taste and smell, and like that you may feel like weak or fatigue, like similar to the flu. But as far as like heart and all of that, I did not know that.
Yeah, I feel like most people just think of it like as something that you go through for however long you have it. And then, once you get it, you have like antibodies in your blood or whatever, and you're good. But I don't think people are thinking about the long-term effects.
So that device that everyone's talking about, ECMO, extracorporeal mechanical oxygenation, it hurts your organs so bad that there's a machine that they connect you to where they have these wires connected to the big veins and arteries in your body. All the blood leaves your body, goes through a machine that oxygenates and does the things for your organs before it gets back into your body. And we've actually run out of those machines in many parts of the country because of so many people being sick with ECMO, being sick with COVID. And so I think it's really scary when people think about, just the impact it really does have on the body.
I feel like I just got my biology 101 lesson. So the receptors that the virus enters your bodies with is also in your GI tract, your heart, your kidneys, your liver. And so the virus can attack all of those organs. I see a lot of people saying, as you said, I already got the antibodies. The survival rate is 85, 95%. I'm good. What does survival rate mean to young people? And then I would love for you to explain it. Because folks my age are like, oh, it's 95%. I'm okay. Oh, are you really? Or have you talked about? I don't know if you've talked about survival.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really heard anybody like talk about the survival rate. Honestly, it's just like either I do hear people say like I got it, I'm good, but like as far as like the rate specifically, I don't think anybody really like thinks about that, honestly.
Yeah, again, I think it's more so people aren't really worried about dying from COVID, And so they're like, oh, I'm not going to die, so I'll be all right, but not really taking into account the fact that you might be very different after you get the disease, and it might like permanently affect your life. And so, yeah, they don't really process what survival rate could really mean for your life.